Hey guys, ShadowEyes916 here, and I am going to be reading part 2 of my own character story of One True Love, JTK's love story. So, hope you guys loved the first one. Like I said, give any suggestions on any more if I do, or whatever. Or whatever, you know. So far, I've added more to the story, but these chapters are kind of long, so it may take a while to end this story. So, yeah. And, I will continue reading, and here we go. Chapter 2. I decided to draw something random, and finished right when the bell rang. I got up and got my stuff for next class. Later on that day during lunch, I sat mainly alone, but not completely because I had my 3 best friends, Sarah, Taylor, and Sam. They came to me at the table and greeted me. "Hey Shadow, what's up?" Taylor said. Taylor had blonde hair with green highlights and blue eyes. She wore a V-neck shirt with a band logo on it and some blue skinnies with black Converse. My other 2 friends, Sarah, who had short brown hair and green eyes, wore a long sleeve gray shirt and a skirt that went a little below her knees with tan flats. And my friend Sam had long red hair, in which she had braided. She had also brown eyes. She wore black skinny jeans with some tears in them, and she had a red shirt, had a shirt that had no sleeves, but with a Disney theme picture on it. The others just smiled and waved. "Good, how are you guys?" I asked back. "Great, and guess what?" Sam said out of nowhere. "What?" "Well, I heard that this morning some people died in their house," Sam said kind of worriedly. "What do you think it was?" I asked, confused. "I hoped it wasn't someone near my house, since no one else lives with me, and I don't want someone robbing me or even trying to kill me. Even though, if they try to, they will not end their day satisfied. Not sure, but this is what most people are gossiping about." Let me rephrase that. "I'm sorry, people. Not sure, but this is what most people are gossiping about," Sarah said. She was the shy one of this group, but this time it looked as if she was terrified that she could be next person to die when she spoke. "Oh, so this is why mostly everyone is being weird today," I said. Now that I understand what is going on today, I got even more curious. I wonder who the killer is. And I have to be careful now, though, since I live alone. I don't want my secret out and about. I just don't want people freaking out when they know what I can do and what I am. "Earth to Shadow! Shadow Eyes!" Taylor said, trying to get my attention. "Oh, sorry. What were you saying?" I said with a tint of red showing on my face of embarrassment. "As I was saying, now that everyone is listening, it's time to talk of what we do tomorrow." "Wait, why?" I asked, confused. Since I was lost in thought, I didn't pay much attention to what they were talking about. "Tomorrow is Friday! Can't believe that you forgot, Shadow," Taylor said, worried. Oh man. Sorry, I totally forgot," I said. "We always have discussions on what to do on some weekends when we are all free. It's kind of our thing we do, when we could have some fun." We should have a sleepover at Shadow's place, Sam said. I don't think we should. I was cut off by Taylor. Oh, come on, Shadow Eyes. We have not even been to your house yet. No, I said sternly. Okay, fine. We could. Taylor was then cut off by Sarah. Well, then we could have it at my house. I noticed her smiling and had a tint of red forming on her face. She was blushing. You sure, Sarah? I asked. Yeah, I never had a sleepover before, so I wanted to ask you guys, but you guys don't really stop talking for me to say something, she said with her head down. Oh, Sarah. Sorry, guys. Of course we will have the sleepover at your house, Taylor replied. After that, Sarah put her head up, surprised, and had a huge grin. We then got into a group hug. Okay then, we have our weekend planned. After school, we get ready for a sleepover tomorrow. Woo! Taylor said. Whoa, little hyper are we? Sam said. Oh, sorry. Just happy that we girls get to hang this weekend. Taylor said. We all had a laugh. As soon as we were done eating, we all got up and threw our food away. I smirked after we left. Man, my friends are weird, but I love them no matter how weird they are, I mentally said. We went our separate ways, and then right when I was heading to my 6th class of the day, Brittany came with her group of sluts. Hey guys, it's the little whore, Brittany said. I ignored her and started to walk off towards my class, mentally sighing, fucking hate her. She never knows when to quit. Oh, is the little brat mad? I thought that she never had any feelings. She really is pushing my buttons. Shut up, Brittany, I said. Or what? The poor bratty-ass emo fuck is gonna cut herself? Oh no, she did not just say that. What the hell is up with you, Brittany? I have not done nothing to you, so there is no reason to bully me, I yelled, which got a few heads and oohs at us. I gave her the most crazed look I could give her. No one yells at me. After Brittany said that, she tried to throw her fist at me. But with my abilities, I was able to dodge her fist before it came in contact with my face. I then tripped her, revealing her face planting the floor hard. Her face was priceless. When she got up, her nose was bleeding. I couldn't help but giggle. That's what you get, I said, smirking. I then looked at the rest of her friends. Who's next? I cooed. Then I cooed them. But they just backed away and ran, leaving the beloved leader crying about her nose. I chuckled more and then walked off to my last class of the day. I was relieved I got her group scared and made sure that Brittany had a scar for messing with me. School was ending and I was now at home. I saw my motorcycle. Oops. This is 1 hour later. Someone fucking blew one of my damn tires. I then thought to myself, man, did a fucking slut do this to my bike? Damn it. The thought of her doing that got me really irritated. She's really getting on my nerves. I know I had to walk home with my bike. Then I had an idea. I should really upgrade my motorcycle, I said to myself. While I was walking, I had this weird feeling as if someone was watching me. I looked back, but no one was there. I shrugged it off and kept walking. Passed by the forest and looked in. I was shivering and what might be in there. I was shivering on what might be in there, or I'm just cold. I'm not sure. It was sort of dark with huge slender trees along the dirt path. And I never really been through here for a while. I thought that maybe tomorrow I could walk back through here. After a while of walking, I finally reached my house and saw Bumblebee in the driveway. I smiled when I was close to my house. I waved at him. "Hi, Bee." He honked twice, giving me a greetings back through the radio. I put my motorcycle in the garage and decided that I should fix it later. I went inside, and like always, I never had homework. And just decided to have a lazy day, so I went to the kitchen to start making a quick dinner of mac and cheese. After I was done making dinner, I put some mac and cheese in a bowl and went upstairs to my room. I sat the bowl down on my desk and went on my computer. I decided to search some random things that were interesting. As I was searching, I came across a website called Creepypasta. I clicked on the link, and there were many horror stories of killers, ghosts, creatures, etc. I thought, well, this seems very interesting. I decided to read some of them, and I became really focused on these stories. They were very different than what I usually would read. Many people might get creeped out from these stories and actually think they're real. I don't really think like that. I just know that these stories are made up to scare people. I just continue reading for quite a while. Time Skip by Jeff the Killer. Intense stare. Go to sleep, bitches. I started to get tired and I almost fell off my chair. It was around 11 p.m. and I just remembered that I had late start on Fridays. I sighed and went to reset my alarm so I could wake up 2 hours later for school. After setting up my clock, I heard some kind of noise. It sounded like it sounded like it was coming from my parents' room. Wait, my parents are gone. Why would there be noise in there? Maybe my imaginations, I thought. I heard another sound, again from my parents' room. It sounded like shuffling feet. I got more curious, so I went to go check to see if it was Frenzy. As I entered my parents' room, I saw that there was nothing there, and I got confused. I swear I heard something in here, I said to myself. I left the room and headed downstairs to get a snack, but then I had that strange feeling again, that I was being watched. I started to get into my defensive state and heard another sound that was upstairs. What is up with all these stupid sounds in my house? Wait, is my house haunted? No, it shouldn't be. I lived here my whole life. I would know if it's haunted or not. Plus, I would be able to see ghosts instead of shadows with my special abilities. I just shook my head, getting rid of the thought, and headed back upstairs. I heard something moving around in my room. I got worried. I made sure that I was very quiet so that whoever is in my room won't hear me. I checked my arm because I had a tattoo of an Autobot symbol that was special. When there was an Autobot near, it glowed. When a Decepticon was near, my arm would twitch and I would get shivers. I noticed that it was not glowing and my arm was not twitching. kind of got more curious and worried of who is in my house. I wonder if it's the killer. Who knows? I whispered to myself. While I was walking, of course, like in a horror movie, the stupid floor had to squeak. Dumb floor, I mentally said, and continued walking, hoping that whoever was here did not hear me. As I got to my room, I saw someone or something in the shadows. It looked as if it was a man. He was tall, around 6 foot. I felt short compared to him. I hated feeling short around tall guys because I'm 5'8", you know, and this does not mean I don't like feeling short all the time. I continued slowly trying to get a better look at this guy, but then he also started walking towards me. I got nervous, but when I saw him through the lighting of the moon, I was shocked. I was frozen in place when I actually looked at him. The moon was able to shine enough light to show his whole body. He looked to be around 19 or 20, a little older than me. He had a white hoodie with crimson blood splattered all over. He wore some black dress pants and black and white Converse. That's not all. He was holding something sharp. It shined from his gleaming light. From the gleaming light from the moon, it looked like he was holding an 18-inch kitchen knife, in which was also covered in crimson. Once I got to see his face, it really was horrifying to see, but not to me. He had bleached white skin that looked to be a texture of leather. His eyes, I was shocked. I looked at his eyes, and he had no eyelids. There were black rims around his eyes, as if it was burnt. The most craziest thing I saw about him was his carved grin. It looked to have been cut and ended towards his ears. Wow, I thought. Yeah, many people might scream bloody murder then run away, but not me. Maybe I've gone insane. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Like I said at the beginning, I have a huge secret, but you'll notice more later on. I've seen way worse and fought worse, so I wasn't really scared or worried. I still kept my gaze on him, still taking in his looks. Like what you see? I got out of my trance at the sound of the man's deep voice, and I felt a slight tint of red forming on my face. I shook my head, realizing that I had been staring. For a killer, he really looked kind of attractive. I got serious. Who are you, and what do you want? I said with a faked, worried face and in a serious tone. Well, darling, my name is Jeff the killer. You look tired. How about I help you go to sleep? He said, and at the end with a weird, crazed voice. It sounded like he was insane, in which he was. What he didn't know is that I know self-defense. Over the years I was with my uncle, he did help me with self-defense, and then I started teaching myself after a while, because he was a very busy man. I really am quite awesome, if I say so myself. And I learned so many different and even secret techniques. As he finished talking, he lunged at me with his knife. I quickly dodged it, then I bent down quickly and spanned with my leg out. I tripped him as my leg was contacted with his foot. It was funny to me, seeing him face plant the floor. I grinned once I saw him face plant the ground. He said while getting up. I looked out the window quickly to see if B was there, and even know if he was there at all. I guess he was gone at the time. Well, I guess I'm on my own, I mentally said. Got, well, girly. Wait, hold on. Sorry, people. Mixed up. Okay. Once I turned it back around, I saw the killer's face, and what happened next surprised me. He stood up straight and said, "Well, girly, looks like I got some competition," he said with a huge grin, and looked as if his carved smile was also wider if physically possible. I smiled back at him and said, "Well, Jeff, looks as if you do, but you will never be able to kill me." I saw him tense up and balled his fists while clutching his knife. You could see his knuckles whiten even more than his already bleached skin. I was not afraid of him. If I fought worse or seen worse, then I can sure handle this dude easy peasy. He then started swinging his knife. I dodged it again, but he kept swinging it faster. He finally cut me, but I didn't show any pain. My wound healed quickly right after. I've had powers since I was little, but I gain new ones each year. Crazy, huh? I always get surprised at what I can do. I looked at Jeff, hoping he did not notice my wound heal. Thank God he didn't. "Stop moving!" he yelled. Jeff kept on trying to cut me, but I started to get annoyed. When he started to swing again, I caught his arm, pulling him in behind me, and I back kicked him. He almost fell, but caught himself. He continued on and on with fighting. Then it got real serious. From all the fighting, I kept back my healing powers, and both me and Jeff had cuts and bruises. We were both out of breath and panted a lot, and we stood in the room for a while until we calmed down with our breathing. "Well, that was fun. But you're starting to get on my nerves," the crazy killer said between breathing. "Oh, and how am I doing that?" I questioned without hesitation. He just stared at me with his non-blinkable eyes, and I saw in his face that he did not like what I said. Saw him tense up again. "Just shut up!" After he said that, I kind of jumped a little, and at that he stabbed me right in my stomach. I clenched my stomach so that not much blood gets out, and that I would heal it a little to stop bleeding. For many people, of course, that would hurt and make them bleed to death, but not me. I stared in awe at what he had did to me, and then Jeff pulled out his knife from my stomach forcefully. I grunted as he did that, and then he sliced my neck. Fuck, man, yeah, it does hurt. Of course, I still do feel pain, but in the neck and stomach, really. I looked at his face, and he looked a little satisfied at his work. But he noticed I was still not dead. "Just go to sleep," he said. I was on the floor now, him pinning me. I chuckled a little. What's so funny, sweet cheeks? Aren't you scared?" he questioned. He really put up a fight, but I still had my advantages. I started to heal more, but kept back a little, so that he doesn't get too curious of me, then started asking questions. But I was so wrong. You know, you should never fight with knives. If you cut yourself. I cooed at him. Man, I made a mistake. He was surprised. Fuck, why did I just do that? I have far worse things now in my hands. Now he knows I have powers. I think. I hope not. But he knew that his victims die after his precious words. Now he's furious. I was not afraid of him, in which made me grin wide. When I looked at Jeff, he then started to laugh insanely. Why was he laughing? Does he know that I'm not dying? Or does he not care and just wants to torture me? Well, that's true. But without my knife, I would have made my face so beautiful. I cut him off by kicking him where the sun don't shine. He covered his area in pain, then knelt down on the floor until his pain died down. I took that chance and quickly went for my sword that was under my bed. My sword is special because, well, I made it myself and it was crazy awesome. It had things that a regular kind of sword doesn't have. As I held my sword, Jeff got up and saw me. He looked surprised and confused since he knows that he had hurt me pretty bad, that I should have died. I smirked. How the hell did you do that? You should be dead already, he said confused. Well, Joker looking like, I have my ways. I grinned even more. Man, his face though. He was in awe, staring at me, confused on what happened. Well, now's my chance. I swung my sword at him and immediately got out of his trance and then dodged my attack. Fuck. I swung many times. I finally cut his arms deep enough that he winced but then laughed. Oh my goodness. What is up with this guy? He sure loves to laugh. You think that would kill me? He questioned while laughing. I grew angry with the swipe of my thumb on my sword handle. It turned to a whip-like sword. I grinned. Jeff took his knife out again, but with one move, I whipped my sword and snatched it away from him, cutting his hand in the process. What the? After I took his knife, I ran straight to him and punched him dead in the face. He stumbled backwards a little, holding his nose. Shit, he mumbled. He stared at me in anger. You fucking bitch! You will pay for that! He yelled, and then right when he was about to run at me, my tattoo started to glow. Jeff noticed too, and stopped in place. Really? I mumbled kinda loud enough that Jeff heard. What the fuck is going on? He said. I looked out the window and saw Bumblebee looking at us. I smiled. When I turned back to Jeff, he was gone. God damn it, he fucking got away. Right when it started to get interesting. Man, B, you had to come at the wrong time, huh? I said in an annoyed tone. What? I did not do anything, B said through his radio. Well, you just frightened the killer I was just fighting now. Oh, sorry about that, B said, rubbing the back of his neck. Oh well, it's okay, B. Next time, make sure you warn me when you're coming, okay? Okay. We both stayed in silence for a while. I was thinking of that killer. He was just through my thoughts right now. I then spoke up. Well, okay then, I need to sleep, so I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Night, B. It was almost 3 in the morning, so we both waved bye. And I got cleaned up before I went to bed. I put on my black soft PJ pants and yellow tank top and then went to bed. Well, today was interesting. I know though that this won't be the last I see of Jeff the Killer, I said to myself before I fell into a dreamless slumber. Man, that girl's tough and interesting. What really got me confused was that she was able to heal really fast. I needed to talk to Slender about this, and then go pay her another visit. But what was that robot thing? It literally showed up after her arm glowed. Was it a spirit? No, it couldn't be. It's too real to be a spirit. Maybe an alien. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. I just went to get rid of that girl for ruining my night. After I left the weird girl's place, I went to another house for one last kill before I went back to the mansion. While killing, I saw a quick image of that girl in my head. While killing an innocent. Fuck. That really made me mad. I couldn't finish the night fully satisfied. After my last kill, I left the woods and headed back to the mansion. I kept on seeing that image of that girl again. Tomorrow, I swear I'll kill her. I mumbled to myself. I hate a victim when a victim of mine survives. As I arrived to the mansion, I walked through the arched doors and saw Ben with his eyes glued to the TV. As usual, playing his video games in the living room. I just rolled my eyes and started walking up the stairs to my room. Hey Jeff, had any great kills? Ben called out. I just gave him a glare. What? Did someone got away from Jeffy? He cooed. I fucking hate that elf. He's always in my business. Shut up! I yelled, irritated of what he said. Well, someone got into your panties, Ben commented. I sighed and just continued up into the corridor and went into my room. I slammed the door shut and then set my knife on the table. I took my hoodie off and just sat at the edge of my bed and my hands on my head, frustrated. I just kept having thoughts of the event that day. Ugh! Why couldn't I have killed her? My eyes started to hurt my head started to hurt from thinking a lot. So I got up and took a shower and then got ready for bed. Maybe tomorrow I'll get her, I said before I slept. Well guys, that's all for part 2. And hope you guys liked it. Yeah.